Hi, I'm Nancy, and today we're going to do a yoga session that is easy on the back. It's using just regular yoga postures, but it's taking a little bit more care with the lower back. You might want a blanket or a block. You don't have to have them, but in case you do, I will be showing some modifications in two cases with that. And we'll also be breathing. So we'll start with some breathing, inviting the life force or prana that ancient yogis always thought came in with the breath. And that's one of the reasons that breath is such an important part of yoga. Come to a sitting position where the knees are lower than the hips. Whatever is in contact with the floor, knees, feet, hips, let them settle into the earth. Let the gaze be soft, and the back long. The crown reaches up towards the sky. Tuck the chin a bit. Invite the breath through the nostrils, into the throat, down into the lungs. Expand into the lower lungs, letting the diaphragm relax down into the belly. And as you exhale, squeeze the air out from the lower lungs, through the upper lungs and out through the nostrils once again. This amazing exchange of air, of life force between the world around us and our inner world. The goal of yoga for ancient yogis was to increase their energy, both their mental, spiritual energy, as well as their physical energy, as they increase this energy, this prana of the body. 2 more long breaths here. Overlay an ujjayi breath on your breathing. Contract the back of the throat. You'll hear an ocean sound inside your head. It's as if you're fogging the mirror when you exhale. Kind of sucking the breath up through the throat. And as you do, elongate up through the spine. This focused breath through the throat can help to solidify the strength of the spine, all the way down through the sacrum, through the middle back, up through the neck, into the crown. 2 more breaths here. Remove any large items that you're sitting on, pillows or blocks. Come to a position where your feet are wide in front of you and hands are supporting you in the back. Make sure that the heels of your hands are firm in the back, extending up through the shoulders so the shoulders don't collapse down, but allow the shoulders to be strong so that the spine is supported as well. Let the knees roll from side to side, opening up through the hips. Perhaps you notice the bottom of the feet rolling across the floor and the bottom of the spine just gently moving from side to side. Now let one arm come up and around with the momentum of the body as it comes round. 1 more time in each direction. Coming around once again, let the legs be as they are, and the fingers on the backhand extended out towards the corner in the back. The other arm reaches up, and that elongates the spine up. Then bring that hand down just behind the thigh. Gaze goes towards the corner in the back, and the hip in the back lifts up. Relax down through legs and hips and lower abdomen. Inhale and exhale 1 more time here. Then come around to the other side. Support from the hand in the back. Arm reaches up, extend up through the spine. And then exhale as that hand comes down behind the thigh. Gaze goes towards the corner. Perhaps come back to that Ujjayi breath, contracting the throat. And use that to keep a gentle elongation through the spine, even as you're inviting a spiral into the backbone. Relax and unwind. And we'll come to a sitting position on the blanket if you have one. Not necessarily, but it just raises your hips a little bit if that is easier for you. Crisscross or legs can be extended out in front for side bends. Bring one arm up, let the other one slide out. Notice any sensations in the side of the ribs, perhaps a sensation in the side of the waist. Make sure that the body is going straight over, so not coming forward or twisting or coming back. The spine going straight over to the side, even as it bends laterally. And come back up. Bring one hand to the opposite knee, other hand comes back behind, nose goes over to the side for an easy side twist. That brings the twist more in the upper part of the spine, and then come around to the other side. Just a gentle twist on each side, one more time in each direction. Limbering up, warming and moistening the spine. Come back through center. Let the feet come straight out in front of you. Hands come back behind the hips, a little to the sides. Press down through the heels of the hands, which can be on the blanket or on the mat, either one. Let the pressing down of the hands extend the spine up so that you feel like there's a string on the top of your head, as if you're a puppet being pulled up. Then let the hands come out to the thighs. Keep that elongation through the spine. Knees are soft. Inhale up through the crown and exhale. Come over a few inches and come back up. Keeping the back straight. Inhale up through the crown. Exhale forward. Chest coming towards the toes. A little bit farther over, but back straight. Come back up. Inhale. And then come over. Go as far as you can with the back straight. And then if you'd like to, be strong in the belly as you bring a gentle C shape to the spine. Just a gentle stretch between the vertebrae. If there's ever any pain, back off from it. Then straightening out before you come up, straight through the back, come back up. Bring one leg up so that the sole of the foot is beside the inner thigh of the other leg. Hands come back behind. Once again, press down into the hands, extend up through the spine. Then bring the hands on either side, perhaps just fingers at first, on either side of the extended leg. Inhale up through spine and exhale as hands come forward a bit, a few inches over with a straight back, chest coming again towards that toe. Inhale back up. Exhale over. Knee is soft. With one leg out, you maybe can go over a little bit farther with the back straight. We're going to keep the back straight for this third time over. Knee is soft. And inhale back up. Change legs. Once again, bring the heels of the hands back behind you. Press down. Elongate up through the spine. Keeping that long spine, bring the hands up on either side of the thigh. Inhale up through crown and exhale over. Just a few inches, chest coming towards the toes. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. And one last time, keeping the back straight. Knee is soft. and come back up. Now put the blanket beside the mat, we'll use it in a few minutes, and come to a lying position on your back. Hug in the knees, both knees coming up towards the chest, just easy arms around them. If it feels good for you to roll across the sacrum, you're welcome to do that, or just feel the ease in the lower back with the knees hugged up. Now bring both hands around one knee, hugging it up, and raise the other leg. Extend the crown up just a bit, the back of the skull, so that the neck is extended, comfortable. Breathing in through lungs, down towards the belly, and exhaling out from lower lungs through upper lungs. Giving equal attention to the inhale and the exhale. Change legs, hugging the other leg in. This posture is good for digestion as the thigh presses against the belly. It also allows any liquids of the body, blood, hormones, to flow down towards the core. Relax down through the hips and the shoulder blades. Then bring that leg down, roll over, and bring the blanket onto the mat so that when you come back onto it, the blanket, or it might be a pillow, whatever is good and around, comes between your hips and your shoulders. Mine comes from about my sacrum up through my shoulder blades. You can keep the knees bent here if that feels better. Hands come up behind to cradle the head and elbows are wide. If it feels okay for you to bring your legs out straight, this posture allows you to open the front line of the body and open across the collarbone without undue pressure on the lower back. Welcome in the prana, aware of that life force within you. 2 more breaths here. If shoulders are uncomfortable, you can always go to cactus arms or bring the arms horizontally out from the shoulders. And later you might want to try this again with perhaps several pillows or blankets underneath your back and see what feels good as you experiment with this pose. Bring the feet up below the buttocks and remove the hands from behind the head. Roll over, and we will come up into turning into a child's pose. You put the blanket aside. If it doesn't feel comfortable to have the legs under, you can have them out in front of you. Bring the arms out in front, gripping the mat. Stretch back through the arms, through the back, all the way down through the spine. Don't forget to breathe. 1 more inhale and exhale here. Feeling the belly against the thighs. Then we're going to come forward into Cobra, bringing the hands right under the shoulders, elbows along the side. Without pressing much into the hands, lift up through the back of the skull and the roof of the mouth, just up a bit, anchoring through the hips and then coming back down. Inhale up. Shoulder blades come down the back, strong through hips and legs, and come back down. Now bring the head up once again. Gaze is just in front of the mat, and you might bring your knees bent behind you. Let the arms come out behind as well, with the palms facing each other. Arms are just along the sides or perhaps lifted just slightly on either side of the body. And this is one way to do locust. Very easy on the low back. Stay here, or if you would like to, elongate the legs, stretch out the legs, and lift the legs just a bit. Strong through the glutes and anchoring down through the hips. Don't try to get the head up too high. Feet and head should be just about the same height. Then come back down. Lift up through head and arms, palms facing each other once again. Bend the knees. Stay here if you would like, or elongate through the legs and lift slightly. Extend out through crown and back through the fingers and toes, long through the spine, and come down. Now bring the hands to the mat, push up through the hands, come up onto knees, tuck the toes, and we'll come up into downward dog with very bent knees. So the palms of the hands are spread, fingers are spread, strong support through the arms, knees very bent as you elongate back through the spine and along the sides. Then pedal the legs a bit, but let the point of the downward dog be the elongated spine with the abdominal muscles of the torso supporting underneath. Not so much the opening in the back of the legs. Then bring the knees down. Hands come back. And we're going to do a gate pose. Bring knees underneath the shoulders. Hands come to the waist. And one leg comes out to the side. That foot at the end of that leg can be pointing in whatever direction feels comfortable. Make sure that this connection between the hip and the knee is solid and remains solid. Elongate up through the spine as you bring the arm up above the bent leg. Other hand comes down along the thigh. Keep extending up at the same time, relaxing so that there can be a lateral movement to the spine. Now extend up as you come up and bring the arm down. One more time, extend up through the spine and the arm. As you come over, come directly over, so you're not coming forward or back. Feel the sensations through the ribs and the side of the body, and then come back up, elongating through the spine. Bring hands to the waist and feet to knees together. Other leg goes out to the side. Hand goes to the side of the thigh. Elongate up, strong through the knee to the hip and up through the spine. Raise the arm up. Inhale, and as you exhale, come directly over. Spine takes a gentle side bend. Then as you come up, be extending up through the spine, directly up, and arm comes down. We'll do it one more time. Reach up through that arm, elongate through the spine, and then relaxing over, opening through the ribs and the side of the hips, bending through the spine, and as you come up, elongating up, coming straight up through that plane, and come down and bring the knee in. Now we're going to stand up, coming into a mountain pose. Bring your hands in this manner so the palms are facing out and fingers are interlaced. Feet are hip-width apart. Bring the hands clasped in that fashion up so palms are facing up towards the sky. Ground down through the feet. Eyes are on the horizon. Relax down through the shoulder blades, even as you're reaching up through the heels of the hands. Feel the grounding down through the heels and through the balls of the feet, reaching up through the legs, abdomen, up through the roof of the mouth and the crown and the heels of the hands. Then bring the hands down. Bring hands to opposite elbows, soft through the knees, bending at the hips. Bring the arms down in front and let those arms keep you firm through the back. Knees are soft here. Inhale back up, arms coming close up along the body. And once again, reaching up. Inhale up. And exhale, hands to opposite elbows, knees soft, come down. Inhale up. And hands come down. We're going to do chair now. Bring the hands in this fashion so that the thumbs are interlaced with each other. Hands and arms come up beside the ears. Knees soften and hips soften as you sit down onto a beach ball or a stool. Notice that I have a diagonal from my hips up through crown and up through the fingertips. Inhale back up. Exhale, sit down. Just as far as is right for you. Keeping an elongation through the spine. Down to this tailbone, all the way up to the fingertips. Come back up. And one more time. Easy through the knees and the hips. Reaching up through the arms and the spine. And come back up. Let arms come down and around. Now we're going to do a pyramid or a runner stretch. Come to a standing position where one foot is in front of the other. So we'll have the right foot in the front and the left foot back. Imagine that your feet are on very narrow railroad tracks. So one's not right behind the other, but it's out on this other railroad track. They're very narrow railroad tracks. Both legs are straight here, although there's always some softness in this front knee. And bring the hands clasped behind the buttocks. The palms are facing up. Reach down through the hands so that the spine elongates up. Inhale up through spine and exhale over. Keep pulling down through the palms as the body, torso comes parallel to the earth. Inhale back up. And exhale over. Arms might stay where they are. They might lift a little bit. The belly might come down a little farther towards the thigh. Inhale back up. And we'll do that one more time with the option as you exhale over to keep the hands down by the buttocks or to raise them up a bit. Decide where you want your torso to go. Maybe it stays parallel, maybe it comes down towards that leg a little farther. Soft in the knee as you come up. Bring the hands to the waist and switch feet. Find the stance that's good for you. It might be more narrow or it might be wider. Bring the hands back behind. Shoulder blades come together as you pull down through the hands and inhale up through the crown. Exhale over, torso parallel. Leave the arms along the sides and the hands pulling down towards the buttocks. Inhale back up. Pull the hips together, thighs scissor together for good balance here. Exhale over once again. Hands might stay where they are or rise a little bit. Belly might come a little bit more towards the thigh. Inhale back up. And one more time. Pull the thighs towards each other. Hands might stay where they are or they might come up. Belly might come a little closer towards the thigh. Always using the yoga so that it benefits the body you inhabit. And then coming back up, bring the hands to the waist and bring the feet together. If you have a block, bring it now. We're going to do a side angle. If you don't have a block, you can do it without a block. We usually come into a side angle through Warrior Two, so we'll do that now. Find your stance in Warrior Two with the front foot toes going forward and the heel of the front foot coming back in a line with the arch of the back foot, which is at 30 degrees. You might have a narrower stance or a wider stance. The knee should be right above the ankle coming towards the toes. Turn the navel so that it's towards the front and the torso is straight up and down. So you're not going forward like this, but rather that torso keeps the verticality. Bring the arms out and then turn the nose out so the eyes and gaze are going out over the front fingertips. Keeping that verticality through the spine. Take a nice breath. Comes in through the nose and throat and down through the lungs. Massaging the spine as it goes. Bend the front arm so that it comes down onto the thigh. We're coming down into side angle now as the body comes over. Bring the arm back behind around the waist so that you're giving some support to your lower back with that arm in the back. The front arm can stay like this on the thigh, or it might come to this block that's behind the foot, or it might hold on to the calf there. If you don't have a block, that's fine too. This back arm allows you to open a little bit more through the front of the body, keeping that straight line coming over, not coming forward, not twisting, not going back, keeping a nice straight line as you bend over to the side. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hand to the waist and bring the hand up the other leg. Toe heel the feet together a little bit. If you have a block, bring it to the other side, to the outside of that front foot. Come into Warrior Two legs, front knee bends, navel is to the front, verticality in the spine, up from the groin all the way through the top of the head. Open through the chest, gaze goes out over the front fingers. Ground down through both feet. Strong through the hips, upper part of the body, buoyant and light. Now bending what's now the front arm, bringing it down onto the front thigh. Back arm wraps around the waist for some support there and also keeps the spine coming straight over, not coming forward or back. Front hand can stay here, or it can come down to the block, or it might be gripping the calf on the side. Press back into the back foot. Feel the equal pressure between the feet. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hand up to the side, and the other hand comes up the leg. Bring the feet together. We'll come down to a lying position to end today. Bend the knees up above the hips. Let the arms come up above the head. If that's uncomfortable, they can be in cactus position, or they can be up over the head. And then raise the legs. So we'll end here with this inversion that allows all the enzymes and good things in the body to come down towards the core. The arms being up behind gives some firmness to the spine, takes some pressure off the lower back. Come back to that life force of the breath. Perhaps a few breaths of Ujjayi breath, strengthening the spine with the strong breath coming through the throat. And then relaxing, let the feet come down. Knees might remain bent, arms can come along the side. Comfort may be highest if you keep the knees together and let the feet be slightly wide. You can always extend legs out as well. This is an easy way for the lower back, if you let your knees kind of make a tent together. Relax down through shoulders, melt between the shoulder blades, down through lower back, and let hips be heavy. Relax down through legs, the soles of the feet and the toes. Feel the air in the palms of the hands, the tingling in the fingertips, that life force strong within you. Two more long breaths here. Stay here relaxed if you would like to. I will come up and say namaste to you. It's been good to practice with you. I hope this has given you some hints on how to be a little bit easy to your lower back. I'll see you the next time.